2 games in less than 12 hours for the Taylorville Tornadoes, as we've got the second game of the day for the Tornadoes coming up on News Talk WTIM. Game 1 saw the Tornadoes get off to their hardest start so far this season. They took a 20-point lead after the first quarter, thanks in large part to senior guard Nick Livingston and his 17 first quarter points. Taylorville, their lead would never go lower than 20 for the rest of the contest, and it would grow to as much as 28. The team came down a little bit back to earth in the remaining 3 quarters, but were still able to coast to a win against their opponent this morning, which was Rantoul. I'm sorry, this afternoon, rather. Jace Bergschneider had an off game. Jace Bergschneider had an off game, the first one of his junior season for the young man who was all Metro, all Springfield area as a sophomore. He had only 3 points, which he made on a corner 3 in the second quarter. Jace has been dealing with a little bit of a stomach bug, and it physically made him sick in the first game of this 8th annual holiday tournament for the Taylorville Tornadoes. It turned out that the lack of scoring from Bergschneider was made up for not only by Nick Livingston, but also the bench for the Taylorville Tornadoes. The bench combined for 29 points, led by Justin Wright, who added 10 of his own. The game tonight is the first test for the Tornadoes, as these two teams both have a perfect 2-0 record in the tournament. The IVC Grey Ghosts are ready to take on the Taylorville Tornadoes. The winner of this game will be the 1 seed for the purple pool for tomorrow's game. And if Taylorville wins, they will play Galesburg. If Taylorville loses to IVC, they will play Sterling tomorrow. If they win, they play at 1. And if they lose, if they win, they play at noon. And if they lose, they play at 1:30. We're going to get Coach Brown's thoughts, hopefully coming up here on the News Talk WTIM pregame show. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Coach, we're bringing out all the stops tonight. We got the headset for us. You can definitely hear me. Appreciate you stopping by. Game 2 today for you guys. How are the boys looking? How are they feeling after that game this afternoon?
As good as can be expected. You kind of got to keep in mind that this is our 3rd game and their 3rd game too. So no pity parties here. This tournament will test your manhood for sure.
I know Jace Bergschneider was dealing with a little bit of a stomach bug going on in that first game. How's he looking? I know he had kind of an off game this afternoon, just the 3 points. Is he feeling close to 100%, if not 100%?
Yeah, Jace is fine. We're not concerned about that. He had an off game scoring, but I think that was still a nice ball game for him. I mean, the steals, the assists, I thought his defense was tremendous. He just missed some weird shots that, when you average 20 points a game, you make almost all of those shots, and he made none.
So facing 2 teams earlier on in this tournament that were combined 2-15, and now you're facing the Grey Ghosts, who are 8-4, who can score it just as well. They've got a sophomore in Holt Geltman, who averages just shy of 20, just like Jace does. Yeah. Kind of what are we expecting tonight from IVC?
Hey, they're a team on the rise. They're kind of like our senior class coming through. Everybody's been excited about this group coming through for years now, and that's kind of what it's like for their sophomores and a little bit of their juniors as well. This is their time. They're really turning the corner now. They haven't won a big game in years. This could be their biggest win in a very, very long time, and we have to prevent that.
Absolutely. Coach, we'll let you get to it. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Again, that's head coach Ryan Brown with the Taylorville Tornadoes. Take another break here on the News Talk WTIM pregame show. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It's the pregame show. I'm John Bowen. Alongside me, Bruce Berry as my color commentator. Bruce, we heard from Coach Brown leading into tonight's contest. It's game 2 tonight. This team's on a 5-game winning streak, and they really blew out their first 2 opponents in Mount Zion and Rantoul. What's kind of been their secret for success in this holiday tournament?
Well, they've worked the ball around good. They've got some open three-point shots. They hit 13, I think, in the game this afternoon. So anytime you hit 13 threes, you're going to be hard to beat. But I think both those teams were a little bit, we outmanned them. But tonight might be a little different. IVC comes in here with 2 straight victories and led by 2 sophomores. So I think we might have our hands full tonight.
Bruce, a slow start for this Tornadoes team against Mount Zion in game 1 of this tournament, and then the fastest start of the season for this team in game 2 against Rantoul. What do they have to do to make sure that they continue the first quarter success? Make it more like the Rantoul game, not the Mount Zion.
Right. Get the ball to Nick Livingston right off the bat, see if he's on or not. If he is, let him carry the team as he did against Rantoul. If not, Ryan S. and Jack Livingston will be there to shoot threes, and we need a big game today out of Jace Burke-Schneider.
You know, they say Nick Livingston's like a young Bruce Berry. I heard that's the rumor floating around.
I've never heard that, but I'll take the compliment.
Bruce, this team for IVC, unlike any other the Tornadoes have seen so far in this tournament, how do they match up? I understand we've talked about their 2 stud sophomores in Geltmaker and Woolard. Again, both of them just sophomores, averaging double figures, and it seems really a lot like Geltmaker is where Berg-Schneider was last year.
Correct. He's averaging almost 20 points a game, and I think Berg-Schneider averaged 15 or so. And I look for a big game for Jace today. His mom said she fed him chicken soup, as I suggested last night, and he looks healthy tonight, and coming off a not very good game this afternoon. Look for a big game from Jace Burke-Schneider.
Bruce, as always, appreciate your insight. We're taking a break here on News Talk WTIM. When we get back, we're going to jump into the injury report, as well as we'll get Bruce's keys to today's game for both teams. That's coming up on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Again, Bruce Berry is our color commentator tonight. We've got less than 5 minutes till tip-off here on News Talk. Bruce, let's jump into some keys to today's game. Let's take a look at the Tornadoes. Again, they have won their last 5 games against Charleston, Muhammad Seymour, Mattoon, Mount Zion, and then beating Rantoul earlier this afternoon. 5-game winning streak. They seem to be clicking offensively. At least they were against Rantoul earlier today. And how do they continue that? What's your keys to success to get the Tornadoes another win?
Just do what we've been doing. Pass the ball around, hustle, and make our shots.
And as for now the IVC Gray Ghosts, for them they've got 2 sophomores, kind of a younger team. We heard Coach Brown talking pregame show about they're kind of a team on the rise. He compared them to this year's senior class for Taylorville. Plenty of excitement about the IVC juniors and sophomores. We'll see them on display tonight. How does IVC take that first step into becoming
Well, I
kind
think
of a contender.
This is a big road game for them. You know, we're hosting this tournament. This will be a big learning experience for IVC to see if they can compete with a team of our caliber.
Thank you, Bruce, for your keys to the game. As always, appreciate them. We got 3:30 left until tip. And, Bruce, let's jump into an injury report. As far as we know, everyone pretty healthy. Foraker again, it looked like he's in the streets.
He's in streets. I don't know the reason yet. I didn't get a chance to ask Coach Brown that, but everybody else seems to be healthy. It looks like Jace Bergsteiner's feeling well, and Will Kettlecamp. I look for a big game out of Will.
Will be more than likely battling down low with Hunter Mattel. Mattel averages 6 rebounds a game and 6.9 points per contest. We're going to take a quick break here on News Talk WTIM. We've got your starting lineups and tip-off coming up next. With you on News Talk WTIM. Let's mention some sponsors. Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They're a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. They're located at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. Also, hey, Bruce will have you in the postgame show for your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Also be listening for Bruce's Central Illinois Smiles. Big smile for the game. That's the play that put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. And don't forget to ask about custom mouthguards for your athlete's smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. The Tornadoes have come out of their locker room. They're getting ready to go. IVC as well. They are in their, well, I guess would they be considered the home team today? They're in their home whites, it looks like. Well, Taylorville in the road purples.
On the scoreboard, they got listed Taylorville as the home team, but they are in their away jerseys, so we'll have to find out there at the tip.
Interesting. We will see. I would imagine, well, even if it is counted as even if IVC is the home game, it's obviously a home court advantage for the Taylorville Tornadoes. Again, I'm John Bowen. Bruce Berry, kind enough to join me. Right. Did you hear what he said?
He wants me to talk good about him tonight.
Well, all right, go ahead. Give him something.
No, I look for Brandon Odom to come off the bench and be the spark plug Taylorville's needed. You know, this is our 10th home game out of 11 games, John. I didn't go to the Muhammad game, our only road game. I assume we were in purple, so we're 1-0 in the purple jerseys. And
they were in some slick grays.
Oh, slick grays. Okay. Well,
I think this is the first time they've worn the purples, if I'm not mistaken.
We must have so many uniforms because of the passing of the referendum, John. I've seen 5 different uniforms that the Tornadoes have worn this year.
All of them pretty slick. What's your favorite they wear? I like the road grays. I've only seen them the one time, obviously, but they're pretty slick. You a fan of the throwbacks, though?
I like the throwbacks, but I like the purple jerseys myself. I just wish the band was here. That's my other pet peeve.
You don't like when the band's not here?
I think the band should be here at all our home games.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's a mayoral decree that could be made for.
I tried to make that decree when I was on the school board, and it got voted down pretty sharply.
Oh, Bruce, as always, appreciate your commentary. Hey, we got about 30 seconds until we are ready to get things going. Teams are getting lined up for the anthem. They have stopped the clock now at 35.5. I don't understand, Bruce, why we don't follow the rules of the clock. But there's 8 on it now. They're about to start the anthem. We're going to take a break as well. You're listening to News Talk WTIM. We've got starting lineups and tip-off up next between the Gray Ghosts and the Tornadoes.
your catch for the play of our next lineup.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. There it is. Grant, you called it, buddy. I'll give that to you. Dealing with technical difficulties. Once again, a screeching mic. I feel like I'm immune to it now after that first time. It doesn't bother me as much. Let's keep it going the whole game. I think it would mess with some free throws for the other team. Hey, let's check out those starting lineups we mentioned to you as well. Here's what we've got for the visiting Gray Ghosts. Are we ready to go? Here we go. They're announcing them now. We'll do the same. They've got 2 forwards and 3 guards in their starting lineup. Their 2 forwards, down low, it'll be number 23, a 6'3" senior, Hunter Mattel. And number 11, a 6' junior, Nick Alahi. Their 3 guards are Ben Kerwin, a 6'1" senior, Camden Woolard, a 6'3" sophomore who's averaging 12.2 points per contest, and their star sophomore, a 6'1" guard, Holt Geltmaker. He's averaging just shy of 20 points a game, 4 rebounds, and over 3 assists. As for your Tornadoes, they'll have the same starting lineup they've had all year. Nick Livingston, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., and Jace Bergschneider are your 4 guards, and your lone forward in the starting lineup will be Will Kettlecamp. Bergschneider, going into the tournament, averaged 19.6, as does Holt Geltmaker for the Gray Ghosts. As for Nick Livingston, he's averaging just around right around 14. And then for Jack Livingston, he's averaging over 11. Ryan S. just shy of double figures. He's at 9. And then Will Kettlecamp at 6.8. Your Tornadoes are led by head coach Ryan Brown in his 4th season here with the Taylorville Tornadoes. He is 9-1 this season, 4-1 in the conference, 8-1 at home, and they've won 5 in a row, including a win against Rantoul earlier this afternoon, a 71-53 victory. Coach Brown is 58-42 in his career at Taylorville. The Gray Ghosts, they are led by head coach Joe Mintus. They have an 8-4 record this season. They are 1-2 on the road, and they have won their last 3 ball games. And folks, we're getting ready to go. Do we got everyone taking a victory lap? What's going on? Jace Bergschneider just came from the left. Little Houdini action by Jace. The Tornadoes are in their road purples. It looks like they are the home team on the scoreboard still. As for the Gray Ghosts, they are in their home whites, but they will be the road team. Camden Woolard will take the jump, and we'll see who takes it for the Tornadoes. Ryan S. took it earlier today against Rantoul, and it looks like it's going to be Will Kettlecamp this time, the lefty forward. And we still got some screeching going on. Hopefully we get that figured out. They can't play the game with that going on, can they? Folks, we're going to find out. Well, no, they're going. Will Kettlecamp wins the tip, and now Jace Bergschneider has the ball. Getting it across half court, he's picked up by Woolard. Gets it across court to Jack Livingston. This is going to be an annoying broadcast. Cross court in the right corner to Jack Livingston. Now back to Nick on the left wing. Here's Bergschneider up top. Ryan S. with the ball now. Back to Bergschneider on the left. Back to S. In the corner, Nick Livingston. Quick trigger. It's on the way. No good. Rebounded, though, by Elahi. He goes coast to coast, up for two, and it's good. 2-0 the score. Ryan S. with it. Quick trigger on the three. No good. Rebounded by Ben Kerwin. He's looking to set up the offense. Tries to spin baseline, no luck. Here comes Woolard with the shot. Looks good. Just short. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. He gets it to Jack Livingston. Ryan S. with it now. Taylorville 0 of 2 from 3. That one's swatted out of bounds. IVC seems to have some intensity, at least here early on, Bruce.
They came out ready to play us. They're not scared one bit. It doesn't look like two sophomores at Camden.
Woolard, he's pretty confident.
Yeah.
Here's Nick Livingston with it. Back to Bergschneider up top. Here's Ryan S. on the left wing. Head fakes. Jack Livingston, three on the way. It's good. 1 of 3 from deep for the Tornadoes. 3-2, the lead. Here's Mattel with it now. He gets it in the corner to Geltmaker. Trying to find Mattel back. Will Kettlecamp with the steal, and that's going to be a foul on Mattel, his first. Kettlecamp made it from half court. I don't think they're going to give him the continuation.
I don't think so. It was called on the floor. That's the first foul of the game. First foul on
the Great Ghost. It goes to Hunter Mattel, the senior. Here's Ryan S. with it now. Looking for help, gets to Jack Livingston. Quick trigger three, that's off. Rebounded by Mattel.
And our first 4 shots have all been threes.
And they're 1 of 4 from deep. 3-2 our score with 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. Here's Woolard with it now on the right wing. He's guarded by Nick Livingston. Kettlecamp now guarding Mattel. He's up top, looking for someone to cut down low, no luck. Takes a contested mid-range jumper and kisses it off the glass.
Mattel sports the Tanner Champley beard, John. Tanner Champley's an athlete who played at Taylorville a few years ago, and Mattel's got the same beard he's got.
Jack Livingston knocks in another 3. He's got 6 points. This is exactly how his twin brother Nick started the game against Rantoul. 3 ball on the way from Mattel, no good, well off. Kettlecamp gets the rebound. That is the 3rd rebound for the Tornadoes.
I think that's the 2nd foul on Mattel, and it is.
Mattel will grab himself some pine. And checking into the game, it's Logan Mercer. Bergschneider with it in the far right wing, or corner rather. He's bringing it up now. Gets over to Ryan S., who's retreating his dribble. Finds Jack Livingston. Head fake. He's cutting down the lane, trying to find some help. Here's Bergschneider. Mid-range jumper. Up, no good. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. Off a shoe, and then secured by Geltmaker. He's trying to go all the way. That's got to be an offensive foul. No, they're going to say a foul on Ryan S. Geltmaker lowered his head like a running back that couldn't find a hole out of the backfield and made his own way to the bucket. Ryan S. picks up his first foul.
Called that on Will Kettlecamp.
Okay. Will Kettlecamp
for the reach-in.
Interesting.
And here's Holt Geltmaker, averaging almost 20 points a game, and he'll shoot 2.
We'll see how Geltmaker shoots his free throws for you. Knocks that one in. It looks like a pretty pure stroke. He's got 1. 5-6 your score.
Or 6-5, as we say in Taylorville.
6-5, you're right.
6-6.
6-6. Now I can't mess it up. Whose name should go first? Geltmaker has 2. He only shoots 55% from the free throw line. You wouldn't be able to tell with that stroke. Bergschneider with it on the right side. Touch pass right back to Ryan S., who's looking for help after he picks up his dribble. He finds Nick Livingston, gets it right back. Deep 3, Ryan S. Looks good, and it is. You come to expect it, folks. That's going to be a travel on Geltmaker. Turnover for the Tornadoes.
We're 3 out of 6 from deep, and we got all 9 points scored on 3 3-pointers.
They've only taken 1 2-point shot. It was Bergschneider's mid-range jumper. Jack Livingston open in the right corner, finds Will Kettlecamp down low. He's trying to back his man down. Thought about making some contact. He needs to get out of the lane. Bergschneider with the left wing three. It's good. Nothing but net. 12-6, Bruce. Don't want to upset you on that one, the way I say that. 12-6, Tornadoes on top with 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Bergschneider has his first 3 points in the ballgame. Remember, he finished this afternoon's contest with only 3 points. Nick Livingston might have a steal, but no, Woolard wrestles it back. Rebounded by S. And the Tornadoes are looking to run. Here's Kettlecamp, leaves it for Nick Livingston, and it rolls out. They're 0 of 2 from 2, but 4 of 6 from deep. Going baseline, Woolard, that looked like a clean block for Nick Livingston, but he gets called for foul. His first, team second. The other one's on Will Kettlecamp. Going to the line will be Woolard. And Woolard on the season shoots 67% from that charity stripe.
He's a good-looking sophomore, John. And he makes that.
That's his first point of the ballgame.
They're 3 out of 3 from the line. Taylor's yet to shoot a free throw.
Sub set to check in. Looks like it's Ben Kerwin. Up and good, and it is. Geltmaker grabs a seat. Woolard's got 2. 12-8, Tornadoes on top. S gets into Bergschneider, then gets it right back. Who gives it back to Bergschneider? Coming down the left side, leaves it down low for Will Kettlecamp. I thought he might have traveled. Bergschneider, corner 3, on the way, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Woolard. He'll start the offense now. He's on the right wing. He's trying to make his way all the way down the lane. Throws it up, and his prayer is answered. He's got 4. 12-10 your score. Jack Livingston driving baseline off the left side, finds Bergschneider up top. There's Ryan S. He's going to shoot off the back iron. That hit the extension, and there's the whistle blown. You heard Coach Brown there. He wants more paint touches. Geltmaker going to check back in. Grabbing a seat is Micah Schultz.
We've already shot 9 threes in the first 4.5 minutes of the first quarter. We have made 4.
Back and forth between Gerwin as well as Geltmaker. He's coming down the lane, the sophomore. Lays it up for 2, no good. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. Here comes Bergschneider now behind the back dribble to shake his man. Nick Livingston in the left corner. Bergschneider on the left wing. He's driving. Throws it up. Blocking foul. 2 shots coming for Jace Bergschneider, and that foul is going to be on Nick Elahi, his first, and that should be the team's 3rd. Bergschneider goes to the charity stripe. He shoots 67% going into this tournament. His first free throw of the tournament. Rims out. Looks up at the sky in disbelief.
He was 1 out of 10 this afternoon from the field, John. 1 out of 3 so far tonight.
Misses both free throws. Uncharacteristic of Jace. Woolard with the rebound. Loses his dribble, forgot the ball, and throws it right to Jace Bergschneider. This should be an easy 2. Lays it up, and it's good. 5 for Jace.
And that's our first 2-point basket of the evening.
They are 1 of 3 from 2 and 4 of 9 from deep. Woolard with it just inside half court. That's almost an over and back. Geltmaker, mid-range jumper. It's good. A lot of confidence for that sophomore. 12-14, or 14-12 rather. Tornadoes on top. Will Kettlecamp, Jace Bergschneider now. Nick Livingston. He throws up a 3, no good. Tapped out towards Bergschneider. He can't get it, but it's poked free. And it's in the hands of Elahi. He gets it over to Woolard now. And Jack Livingston pokes that out of bounds. They were trying to find Geltmaker. Check into the game, Peyton Feldman. He's another sophomore. He's 6'4".
Justin Wright comes in for Taylorville, replacing Jack Livingston. Taylorville's first sub at the 2:14 mark of the first quarter.
Justin Wright, known for his defense and his speed. Tenacious defender. Geltmaker thought about the three. He gets it back over to Logan Mercer, who just checked into the game. Now down low to Feldman. Geltmaker scoops it up for two. We got a tie ball game.
He's got 6.
S with the ball on the right wing. Justin Wright in the right corner. He was hitting threes in the afternoon game. I think Kettlecamp thought Bergschneider was going for that shot. He ended up throwing it out of bounds. It looked like it was a pass to Will Kettlecamp. Nick Livingston clapping his hands, trying to get the crowd into it, trying to get his teammates into it as well. It's in the hands of Ben Kerwin. Now back over to Geltmaker. There's Mercer with it now, and he throws it off of the shin of Ryan S. Geltmaker with it over to Mercer on the left wing. Now back to Geltmaker up top. Kerwin gets it down low to Elahi. Geltmaker up top once again on the cross-court pass. And now here's Kerwin in the far corner. They get it down low. That should be a foul. It is. That might be Nick Livingston's second. It is.
They were patient on offense there and worked the ball in. Almost got a layup. Fouled by Nick Livingston. His second, team's third, but they'll shoot 2.
That'll send Peyton Feldman to the free throw line, where on the season he shoots 67%, but he's only taken 3 free throw shots.
He misses that one.
That'll drop the percentage down to 50. Nick Livingston sits down. Jack checks back in. Talk about a short breather. Only about a minute of game time. Woolard sets a check back in. Second free throw up and good by Feldman. He's got his first point of the night. And the first lead for the Gray Ghosts, since it was 2-0 to start our game. Bergschneider with it. Leaves it for Jack Livingston. Ryan S. up top. It would have been a deep three. Instead's find Jace Bergschneider. Tries to take a bump. No luck. Justin Wright swats at it. Will Kettlecamp corrals the rebound. Jack Livingston, quick trigger three. Short, draws nothing but air. And Justin Wright let that one go. I think he thought it was touched, or deflected rather. Tipped on the shot by a Gray Ghost. The officials say no. 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Tornadoes down by 1. Micah Schultz finally gets it across half court. Here's Geltmaker, picked up by Justin Wright. Bad pass. That lands right into the hands of Bergschneider, and it's a 3-on-1. Ryan S. lays it up for 2. 16-15. Tornadoes back on top. We got 24 seconds until the end of the first quarter. Geltmaker going to kill some clock. They got the right man on him in Justin Wright defensively. Oh, that's an up and down. Call it. There they go. I was going to say.
I think IVC wanted a foul on that, but he just jumped up and came down with the ball. Took a minute for the referee to call traveling, but that was the right call.
Kettlecamp with it. Has a man open in the corner, but finds Ryan S. for 3. That's about as good an option as you're going to find. Woolard now, he's got 3 seconds. He's trying to get all the way to the rim, and he does. Up for 2, no good. And the putback between Geltmaker as well as Feldman. They bump into each other and cause them both to miss the putback shot. 16-15, Tornadoes on top at the end of 1. We got the second quarter when we get back on News Talk, WTIN. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. We're ready for the second quarter of action. Brandon Odom is checked into the game for the first time for the Tornadoes. Looks like Nick Livingston will get a breather. Geltmaker with him now. He gets it over to Mercer. Down low to Woolard. Woolard looking for some help. Cross-court pass. Finds his man, and that is Kerwin. Mid-range jumper up and good from Geltmaker. He's got 8. 17-16. Grey Ghosts have the lead. Geltmaker gets it back. Finds Kerwin. That's a quick trigger 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Jack Livingston. Finds Brandon Odom, and here comes the offense. Watch these passes. Bergschneider fakes a pass, keeps it himself, and he's got 7. 18-17, a back-and-forth game. Layup no good. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. Justin Wright now. He goes up for 2, gets his shot blocked by Woolard.
Blocked by Woolard.
And Woolard with a miniature stare down.
I think he called a technical on...
Technical on who?
Justin Wright.
I think they said 25.
I think he might have called it.
Oh, okay, they called a foul on Woolard. Oh, okay, so double technicals again, because when you can't figure out what the actual problem is, just give text to everybody on the floor. That makes sense. Justin Wright and Woolard both pick up technical fouls. What a bailout call. Bergschneider gets it into Jack Livingston. Justin Wright sits down. Ryan S. is checked in. Will Kettlecamp with it. Cross-court pass, Ryan S. Deep 3, wide open. No good off the back iron. Rebounded by Brandon Odom. Finds Will Kettlecamp cutting. Scoops it up for 2, and that's good.
Will Kettlecamp's first 2 points of the night.
Off the shoe of Elahi and out of bounds. I'll tell you what IVC likes to run. Don't blink, folks. They might be trying to put a ball in a bucket. Odom with it now. He'll set up the offense, bring it across half court. He finds Bergschneider. It's one way to beat the press. Back to Bergschneider. Floats it up for 2 off the glass and 1 opportunity for Jace. He's got 9. 22-17. I'll tell you what, every time we've seen the Tornadoes get a technical foul, they have gone on a run. It's the old adage of poking the bear. Let sleeping dogs lie. Because now the Tornadoes are playing with some energy. Conversation going on the floor. I don't think Coach Mentis liked the call, but whoever does when it goes against their team. Bergschneider's free throw up and good. He's got 23. I'm sorry, it's 23-17. Bergschneider has 10 now. 6:30 left to go in the first half. Here's Woolard with it. Gordon gets Brandon Odom. Might have been a hand check foul there, but they let it go. Kerwin tries to find a cutting Elahi, but it ends up in the hands of Woolard. Woolard's thinking about popping that from the volleyball line. Brandon Odom with the suffocating defense. That's going to be frustrating for Woolard. And we got a timeout called by the head coach, Joe Mentis of the Grey Ghosts. We'll see how long they take. It's going to be a full. We'll take a quick breather here as well. You're listening to News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Tornadoes up 23-17 on the visiting Grey Ghosts. Hey, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross, where they are fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. It was 17-16. Technical fouls were called, and now it is 23-17. The Tornadoes with the lead. That is a 7-0 run for Taylorville.
We've started to work the ball inside now. We've scored 3 twos in the second quarter, where we only got 4 twos in the whole first quarter.
Woolard trying to get it in. He finds Elahi. They get it back to Woolard. And now it's in the hands of Geltmaker up top. He's matched up against Bergschneider. He gets it over to Mercer on the left side. Mercer almost loses his dribble. He's being harassed by Will Kettlecamp. And Jack Livingston has a steal. Outlet pass to Bergschneider. He's going up strong for 2. Lays it up and good. He's got 12. I think Jace is feeling all right. 25-17. Tornadoes with their biggest lead of the game at 8 with 5:50 left to go in the second quarter. Kerwin with it now, trying to find Mercer, and he does. Up top to Elahi. Back to Kerwin on the left wing. He's guarded by Ryan S. Brown loves what he's seeing defensively. Brandon Odom almost has the steal. If he would have dove for that one, it would have landed right in the bench's lap. I think Woolard's getting a little frustrated with Brandon's defense. IVC wants a foul called. I'm not sure I'm necessarily seeing a whole lot. Geltmaker with it now. He's at the top of the key, waiting for some motion on offense. Gets it over to Mercer, trying to drive baseline on the far side. Back to Geltmaker up top. Gets a screen from Elahi. Throws an elbow at Jack Livingston, and Jack got called for the foul. That'll be Jack's first. Not shooting quite yet. Wyatt Shirley will check in. Jack Livingston got popped, folks. Jace Bergschneider will sit down. Shirley in. So it's Shirley, Odom, the Livingston twins. Or I'm sorry, it's Shirley, Odom, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., and Will Kettlecamp. They lob it down low to Geltmaker. He can't finish. Quick outlet pass to Will Kettlecamp. He takes it himself, leaves it short, and Woolard now has the rebound. Woolard finds Kerwin, who turns it over, and then Livingston is fouled 94 feet from his bucket. Not a smart foul. One more and the Tornadoes shoot. Taylorville should not be shooting yet. Ryan S. is trying to walk down to the free throw line. I like the confidence from the young man.
Referee Travis Guest was right on the ball on that play. He knew it wasn't in the bonus yet. Very good officiating crew tonight.
26-17, Taylorville has the lead thanks to 13 points from Jace Bergschneider in the first half. Cross-court pass, it finds Jack Livingston, throws it up, and Will Kettlecamp follows but can't finish. Geltmaker with the rebound, he's looking to run. And he cocks his head back. I hate that call. Cocks his head back and Will Kettlecamp gets called for a foul. I wonder if he's in the drama department.
That's his second, so here comes Tyler Himes in for him.
Coach Brown's been impressed with Tyler Himesness, especially in these first 2 games of the holiday tournament here in Taylorville. Both teams shooting the rest of the way, so you got to be careful if you're hand checking. 4:35 left to go in the second quarter, 26-17 our score. In the corner, Woolard, he's driving baseline. Now up top to Mercer. He gets himself in a pickle, and Jack Livingston has a steal. He gets it to Ryan S., who's ready to set things up. Ryan S. got to get it across half court. He's retreating his dribble, and then he finds Brandon Odom on the right side. Wyatt Shirley coming down low into the middle. Back up top to Odom. Cross court. Jack Livingston. Quick trigger 3 on the way. It's good. Nothing but net. He's got 9. 29-17. Here's Geltmaker with it. Wyatt Shirley picks up a cheap foul, and that's going to send Geltmaker to the free throw line.
They'll shoot 1-1.
Travis is getting right in the middle of it. Travis Guest, the official. Geltmaker didn't like it. Well, he should be shooting. Geltmaker doesn't know it. Now he's heading to the free throw line.
All 5'4", the referees right in the middle of it, John.
Well, we saw Blake Dooley earlier today, 5'6". He ended the game with 4 or 5 rebounds, the smallest man on both teams. Geltmaker misses the free throw, rebounded by Brandon Odom, saves it into Jack Livingston. Here's Ryan S. with it now. Wyatt Shirley wants it on a back cut, no luck, but it finds the hands of Tyler Himesness, who now finds Brandon Odom. Shot fake, coming down the lane, kicks it to Shirley, now S. Mid-range jumper, nope, it's a pass to Himesness, and he gets it up for 2. 31-17, or rather 30-17. The lead has grown. Geltmaker can't make the mid-range shot. Odom with the rebound. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. That is the second foul in the last 3 minutes, 94 feet from the bucket.
But it looks like both times Taylorville had a breakaway layup, John, if they could have got the pass off. So maybe it wasn't that bad a foul, even though it was that far away from the basket.
Jace Bergschneider has checked back into the game. I had him at 13 points, and now I'm starting to think I was wrong. I was. He's at 12.
And here's Brandon Odom.
Misses the free throw. Jack Livingston saves it our way, but Kerwin cuts it off. Jace Bergschneider with the steal. Leaves it to Ryan S. He's got a fast break layup, and he's fouled. That looked a lot more violent than it really was. Getting a roar from the crowd. I think that's going to be on Mercer. No, it's going to be on Elahi. Elahi's second.
I believe Taylorville's on a 14-0 run, aren't they, John, since the technical?
They are, Bruce. They are. Good call.
That's the third foul on Elahi.
Ryan S.
Ryan S. misses the first shot of 2.
That was about as far down as you can be without actually making.
That's right.
That's one of those at the carnival where it still registers as a make. Or at that, you know, that hoop fever, that Papa shot.
I was banned from playing that Papa shot at all county fairs in the state of Illinois.
You kept ripping the nets.
I kept winning the big stuffed animals for the girls.
The girls, folks. Remember, not the girl, the girls for Bruce Perry. Here's Woolard with it now. He's guarded by Jack Livingston. Trying to find Geltmaker. It's a turnover. And that was kicked by Hines. And that's a foul. There you go. That's an offensive holding if he's a lineman. Micah Schultz gets called for the foul. Himesness should go to the free throw line for a one-on-one.
Frustration starting to set in on IVC. They played with us for the first quarter, but we've blown them out here in the second quarter.
MVP chance coming down for Tyler Himes unless he misses his free throw, though. Woolard has to save that from going out of bounds. He's got an open 3. It's on the way. Looks good, and it is. Woolard has 7.
And he's a nice-looking young sophomore.
Bruce, that does stop the 14-0 run to start the quarter. My goodness. At 2:56. 20-31 Tornadoes, or 31-20. I'll get it down for you, Bruce, I promise. 31-20 Tornadoes on top. Jace Bergschneider leading the way with 12. How refreshing is it to see Jace back firing on all cylinders?
Correct. He's 4 out of 8 from the field today after shooting horrendously in the first game, 1 out of 10. When Taylorville came to play here, IVC could match our intensity the first 8 minutes, but the second 5 minutes of the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, they've been a little chippy and a little frustrated.
Out of the timeout on the floor for the Grey Ghost, it's Woolard, Geltmaker, as well as Micah Schultz, Hunter Mattel out there, and Peyton Feldman as well. Here's Tyler Himes in the left corner. Gets it to Ryan S. Open 3, it's on the way, off and to the left. Bergschneider saves it from going out of bounds. That was coming our way, but it lands right in the hands of Schultz. Schultz gets it to Geltmaker. Twin the legs dribble. He finds his man in the corner. 3 ball on the way. It's good. Nothing but net. That's Mattel. He's got his first 3 points in the ball game. So a 6-0 run. Ball poked out of bounds by the Grey Ghosts. Back-to-back 3s. Lead down to 8. Bergschneider taking it out of bounds. Goes the deep route. Gets in the hands of Jack Livingston. Brandon Odom for 3, no good. Grabbed by Peyton Feldman. Schultz with the ball. He's guarded by Ryan S. Over to Woolard now, picked up by Jack Livingston on the right wing. Feldman up top. He gets it over to Mattel. And now swinging his elbows, Schultz. Ryan S. gets the steal. Here's Jack Livingston with it now. Leaves it for Tyler Himes. Wraparound pass to Jace Bergschneider. He's got 14. Lead up to 10. There's Geltmaker now. He's guarded by Bergschneider. That's a good matchup. 2 high-scoring guards, one a junior, one a sophomore. Mattel back to Geltmaker. He's coming down the lane, up and in for 2. Great body control there. Geltmaker has 10. 25-33. Bergschneider answers right back. with a deuce of his own. Geltmaker, he looks like he wants to take it. And they call a blocking foul on Brandon Odom, I believe. Tried to draw a charge, and he's giving the ref a little stare down. Brandon's first. Geltmaker at the free throw line. Up and good. He's got 11 now. 26-35. Odubison checks in. That's Yemi Odubison, one of the better athletes on the squad. Tyler Himes just grabs a seat. Geltmaker makes them both. He's got 12. 27-35. S with it. Bergschneider down low. He floats it up and cannot get it to drop, but he's got 2 free throws coming his way. I think that foul was on Mattel. That might be his third.
It was his third.
Mattel's got 3 and some foul trouble. Elahi has 2. Bergschneider's free throw is good. He's got 17 points. (36-27). Purple jerseys in front. Second free throw up. Lead back up to 10. Bergschneider with 18. Geltmaker finally gets across half court. He's picked up by Yemi Odubison. That can be a frustrating young man to go up against. You think you'll have him beat with your speed, then he catches you out of nowhere. Woolard hanging, mid-range jumper, no good. Feldman with the rebound, and Ryan S. picks up the foul. That should be S's first, and it is. Feldman will go to the free throw line. Not a good looking stroke there by the big man. He's got 1 point tonight. It came from the free throw line. He's 1 of 3 now. He's 2 of 4. 28-37. Feldman sits down, so does Mattel. Elahi is checked back in, as has Logan Mercer. Logan Mercer, a sophomore. Plenty of youth for this Gray Ghost team. S gets across half court, now finds Odom on the left side. Bergschneider down low, Odubison in the left corner. S on the right wing. Quick passes. Odom back to S. They're holding for the last shot. 30 seconds left in the first half. The shooters out on the floor, Bergschneider, Livingston, and Ryan S. And Odom switches places with Bergschneider. That's a smart move. I think they're going to go ISO. Stacking the left side of the floor. Bergschneider up top. There's Ryan S. Cross-court pass. Livingston, open 3 in the corner. It's good. Jack has 12. Stolen by Ryan S. He misses the 3. And Bergschneider couldn't secure the rebound and get it to go. 40-28, your score at the break. Tornadoes up by 12. We got the halftime show coming up next on News Talk WTIM.
Very good first. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM.
8:50 to the second half resumes. Hey, keep in mind, Doug McKinney at Country Financial, that's where they roll with you. Bruce Berry has your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. He'll give that to you in the postgame show. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Also be listening at the end of tonight's game for your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the Game. It's the play that put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. And don't forget to ask Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CI Smiles about custom mouth guards for your athletes. Smile by contacting them at cismiles.com. All right, let's take a look at a scoring recap, see how we got there. The first 2 points were scored by the Gray Ghost, and I believe it would have been Camden Woolard who connected on those. 3-ball for the Tornadoes, and they ended up hitting 4 of their first 6 threes. That's how they had their first 12 points, making it 12-6 about halfway through that first quarter. A little back and forth there towards the end, 16-15. Tornadoes took the lead into the break. Well, then it was a run, a 2-0, a quick 2 rather to start the second quarter by the Gray Ghost, made it 17-16. And then the Tornadoes would go on a 14-0 run. A 14-0 run, folks, to make the game 31-17. A 2-point bucket, or a 3-point bucket, my apologies, was made by Camden Woolard to stop that run. I actually believe it was Hunter Mattel who made that 3. Camden Woolard made the second, a quick 6-0 run there by the Gray Ghost to get it back to a manageable game. They cut that lead to 8. 2-point bucket, and back and forth the rest of the way as well. Kept it a 12-point lead for the Tornadoes at the half. 40-28, that's where we stand. 40-28, Tornadoes have a 12-point lead on the IVC Gray Ghost. Again, if Taylorville holds on for the second half and is able to win this game, they will draw Galesburg. If they lose, they play Sterling. And we'll see what that call is. We've got 6:30 left to go in the intermission. Oh, Grant. It's loose here in the Dolph. It's loose here in the Dolph. Hey, we've got your first half scoring stats coming up after the break on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you at News Talk WTIM. It's the halftime show, 5:30 till we resume play. Let's check out our scoring stats in that first half. For the Tornadoes, they've got 40 on the scoreboard. Jace Bergschneider has nearly half of that. He has 18 in his first half of play. He's back to normal, folks. Jace Bergschneider had an off game in the afternoon, only 3 points, but 18 today. He's right about his average of 20. Jack Livingston added 12 of his own, all of them from deep. He hit 4 3-pointers in that first half. Will Kettlecamp added 2. Ryan S. added 4 points, and Tyler Heimsness added 2 points off the bench. You put it all together, folks, you should get 40 points. Nick Livingston saw action but did not score, as the same for Yimio Dubison, Justin Wright, and Brandon Odom. Interesting, Nick Livingston not scoring, huh? So seeing what he did in that first quarter against Rantoul this afternoon.
He picked up his second foul. I don't think we've seen him back in the game, John. They picked up a second foul in the first quarter, and Coach Brown's policy is he usually sits him out the rest of the half.
All right. He's a man of his word. Expect Nick Livingston, though, to come out with a little bit of fire in his belly, you might think. Out ready to shoot. Let's take a look at the Gray Ghosts. Again, they've got 28 on the scoreboard. We'll see what they are working with. They were led by their star sophomore guard, Holt Geltmaker. He had 12. Again, he averages just shy of 20. Camden Woolard had 7, and he averages double figures as well with 12 points. Let's see, Nikolahi had 2 rather. Ben Kerwin had 2 of his own. Hunter Mattel had 3. And Peyton Feldman added 2 off the bench. Tornadoes on top, 40-28. That's your scoring stats for both teams. Here come the Tornadoes. We're going to take a quick break here on News Talk WTIM. We'll get some of Bruce's bright insight when we get back. What's going to happen in the second half? In Bruce's mind, we'll find out together on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It's the Gray Ghost. It's the Tornadoes. We're getting ready for second half action. The Tornadoes back out shooting, getting warmed up. Gray Ghost yet to emerge from their locker room. Bruce, we've seen that in all 3 games the Tornadoes have played. They've been the first team out of the locker room with about 3:10 left to go on the game clock. And I'll tell you what, whether it was Mount Zion or Rantoul, and now it's the Gray Ghost, they wait till the last possible moment to come out and get their shots up.
Well, the first 3 games, we've all had a double-digit lead at half, so what else could Coach Brown tell them? Just tell them to keep playing, and probably they're working on some strategy in the IVC locker room. They got to find a way to stop Jace Bergschneider. That's
obviously easier said than done, but Bruce, you've seen plenty of Jace throughout the years. Talk to us about him. I don't know that I necessarily see too many weaknesses that you can exploit. He's just a solid guard.
He's a solid shooter. He's a pretty good outside shooter, but he finishes so well at the rim. I think he's got most of his points just by on layups or finishing at the rim. He's on defense, he sort of breaks out once the ball is shot on the defensive end, so he gets quite a few breakaway layups. And he's just an outstanding scorer.
Jace Bergschneider did hit 1 3 in that first half, and you mentioned it, the rest of them coming from in the lane or mid-range jumpers. And the thing is, Bruce, here's another thing that we notice about Jace is when he does get to the lane, there's a lot of contact, but he finishes through that contact and earns himself a chance at an and one often.
Right, and he finishes with either hand. He's probably a better finisher left-handed than he is right-handed, but he finishes to the left side of the rim quite more often than he does at the other side of the rim.
Bruce, for the Gray Ghosts, some foul trouble. Nick Elahi has 2. Hunter Mattel, he has 3. How much of an impact is that having on their team?
I got a Wahi for 3 fouls also, John. So
does the official scorer,
right,
so now I do as well.
Okay.
So even worse then. Both of them have 3 fouls. And those are 2 of your 5 starters if you're a Gray Ghost fan. Kind of how much of a wrench has that thrown in their plans?
Well, they pick up another one, then they're just about out of the ball game. So it looks like they're going back with the same starting lineup, both teams. So we'll see what happens the first 3 or 4 minutes of the third quarter.
It's Bergschneider, the Livingston twins, Will Kettlecamp, and Ryan S. It's Elahi, Kerwin, Mattel, Geltmaker, and Woolard for the Gray Ghost. Nick Livingston on the left wing gets it up top to Jace Bergschneider. Lob down low to Will Kettlecamp. No look pass to Livingston in the corner. S gets it back to Nick. No good on the shot. Bergschneider gets the rebound, scoops it up for 2. He's got 20. 42-28, Tornadoes lead. Still 7:30 left to go in this third quarter. Woolard with it now. He's guarded by Ryan S. Now over to Kerwin. Kerwin coming down the lane. Bergschneider's going to get called for a foul. Kerwin will go to the line for 2. Bergschneider's first. Team's first. That's another thing about Jace. He really doesn't pick up too many dumb fouls.
No, he does. Very good defensive player, and he's our leading rebounder this year also. So good all-around player. Reminds me a lot of his uncle, Johnny Fall, back in the day at Morrisonville, John.
Is Johnny Fall a real name, or are you just going to make a joke about someone tripping?
No, Johnny Fall is Jace Bergschneider's uncle.
Okay, just making sure.
He was a starting guard for Morrisonville State. They made it to the state his senior year, led by 6'10" Jim Allen.
Kerwin made both free throws. I know you like to keep me on my toes, Bruce. That's why I had to ask. Jack Livingston, corner three, too strong, rebounded by Woolard. He pulls that down over Bergschneider. Here comes Geltmaker down the lane. Scoops it up for two.
He's a good-looking player, especially for a sophomore.
32-42. Bergschneider finds it down low. Can't get it to go. Kerwin was there defensively. Woolard thought about popping the three. No luck. Instead, he gets it to Mattel. Again, he's playing with 3 fouls. Now Woolard will pop it. Ooh, almost left his feet. He gets it cross court, and then Livingston. That's Jack Livingston with the steal. He should have an easy 2. And he does. Jack now with 14.
His first 2-pointer of the night. His shot 8 threes. Made 4. And that's his first 2-point shot, and it went down.
That's the bread and butter for the Tornadoes. Saving it from going out of bounds, Geltmaker lining up a 3. Rims out. Tapped out of bounds by Jack Livingston. Bergschneider had an opportunity to save it, but did not. Will Kettlecamp has to come down from the other end of the court. He was already leaking out in transition. He wanted an easy one. Woolard with it. Trying to get it back to Geltmaker. They do. Now to Woolard. 3 on the way. It's good. Woolard's got 10. Lead down to 9. Bergschneider finds a cutting Jack Livingston. He's fouled by Woolard. Woolard picks up his second. Jack will go to the line for 2, where he's yet to miss a free throw this season.
That was a good foul. It stopped the easy layup.
Make him do it the hard way. That's Woolard's thinking there.
Neither Livingston's missed a free throw this year. Who are we going to bet on misses the first free throw of the Livingston's win?
I don't want to say Jack because he's at the free throw line now after he made his first. He's got 15. But I love Nick's free throw, his shooting stroke from both 3 and the free throw line. But I don't. Okay, well, what's the bet if neither of them misses the whole year? Because that's also a strong possibility.
This called double dribble on Kerwin.
The senior turns it over, and he flips it over the scores table. Bergschneider has to run and get it. Sub coming in, Micah Schultz. He's going to grab Kerwin, the senior, with 4 points. Going to grab some pie. And Mentis is giving him an earful.
I went to school at Illinois, and there was a basketball player at Illinois that was in my fraternity, John. He made 46 straight free throws back in the mid-'70s, 1977-78 season, I
Jack
believe.
Livingston corner 3, no good. Almost has the steal, saves it, he gets it into Ryan S. Reward Jack, if you can, they do. He scoops it up for 2. He's got 18. 48-35.
Good hustle by Jack Livingston.
Schultz gets it over to Geltmaker rather, in the left corner. He's going to line up a 3. No good. Rebounded by Woolard. That should be a foul. It is. Then it's going to be an and 1 continuation. Woolard has 12 now. 37-48. I think they put that foul on Jace Bergschneider. They did. He's got 2 fouls picked up. Both of them picked up in the 3rd quarter. Jack Livingston sits down, as will Will Kettlecamp. And Brandon Odom and Justin Wright both check in. Late sub gets to the scorer's table as Woolard knocks in the free throw. It's going to be Logan Mercer. Woolard's got 13 to lead his team in scoring.
They're sticking around, aren't they? Just down by 10.
10-point lead for the Tornadoes. S and Odom bring it across half court. Odom with it now. No look pass to Nick Livingston. Ryan S on the right wing. Now in the corner, Justin Wright. Odom up top. Bergschneider down low. Head fake. Goes up for 2. Finishes with the left hand. Half-century mark hit by the Tornadoes. That's going to be a blocking foul. Justin Wright picks up his second.
The fans don't like that call, but it was probably the right call. I think Justin got there a step too late.
And that's going to send Mercer to the free throw line. Mercer has yet to score tonight. The 6'2" sophomore guard plays meaningful minutes off the bench. 4:30 left to go. He misses his first free throw. .12 lead for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes talking on the court about who's guarding who. Jace Bergschneider and Nick Livingston trying to work that out. Second free throw up and good. Mercer connects. He's got one. 39-50. We've got 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Odom gets it inbounds. Up court to S. S and Odom going to go back and forth to get it across half court. Almost stolen. Dangerous pass. Ryan S. deep three off the back rim. No good. Odom comes in and trying to get a steal on Willard. No luck. Willard's picked up by Ryan S. Ball over to Tyler Hudson, who just checked in. He's a freshman. Schultz up top. He's working against Odom. S almost had a steal. Willard, three ball on the way. It's good. 16 for Willard. 42-50. Lead back down to 8. Bergschneider head faked. Almost had his pocket picked, and he's fouled, going for 2. That's going to be close to being a technical foul. There it is. That's Willard's second. He's going to be gone. Out of frustration, smacks the ball. I think Willard, that might be his second technical. Is he going to be ejected? It looks like Willard does get to stay in the game. Normally your second technical foul is an ejection. He's making his way towards the bench. I think just to join in the conversation with his head coach and the official. Here comes his sub now. I think that's going to be Mattel rather. Bergschneider should get his 2 free throws for the shot. And then he should get his technical free throw as well. Willard has untucked his jersey and he's grabbing his seat on the bench. Bergschneider can't get it to drop. Hits every part of the rim but misses.
This will be a second. And one of the Livingstons, probably be Nick, will shoot the technical, I would think.
Bergschneider knocks through the second.
Yes.
He's got 23.
Nick Livingston will shoot the 2-shot technical foul on Willard.
Who shot the technicals on your team?
And Nick misses the free throw.
Bruce, we were talking about it earlier, I guess, and I said Nick's the one I would guess wouldn't miss one on you. He's got a smooth stroke. He goes 1 of 2. That's Nick's first points of the night. So potential for 4 points, but they end up only getting 2.
And I don't know if Willard's out of the game or not, John.
We'll have to ask the official during the next timeout. S with it to Bergschneider to Livingston on the left side. Back to Bergschneider up top right, trying to get position on the left block. No luck. He wants it swung to his side. What a pass by Brandon Odom. Bergschneider for 2. He's got 25. Somebody needs to tell that young man to quit. I'm about to run out of room. 3:20 left to go in the third quarter. 54-42. 3 ball on the way from Mercer. An air ball. Bergschneider saves it, but off his own man, Ryan S. Sub coming in. It's going to be Geltmaker. Geltmaker is going to have to do it all himself the rest of the way, I'm thinking. He checks in for the freshman, Tyler Hudson.
IVC's a good young team, John. They start 3 sophomores, and the freshman's about 7th or 8th man.
They lob it to Geltmaker. He's got an and 1 opportunity coming as he picks up his 16th point. 44-54. We'll see who they put that on. They put that one on Jace.
No, that was on Justin Wright.
Justin Wright, his third. Does Jace have 3 as well? No, Jace does not. No, their 23 has 3. Okay, their 25 has 3. 17 for Geltmaker.
And they're still sticking around.
S gets it across half court on the lead pass from Odom. Nick Livingston had an open three, passed it up. Odom up top. Not known for a shooter, but Mercer comes out to guard him. Justin Wright lobs it to Odom. Odom gets it down low to Bergschneider. He's working. Floats it up for two. It's good. 27 for Jace. 56-45. Tornadoes lead back up to 11. Mercer thought about the three. And there's going to be a charge. There's going to be a block. No one's made a call yet. One saying charge. And it is. Mercer picks up the foul. His first. I'm sorry, his second. I think that was Brandon Odom that took that charge. Nick Livingston with it, over to Ryan S. Brandon Odom now. S. Livingston, back to S. To Odom on the left wing. He's thinking about a three. Down low to Bergsteiner. He floats it up for two. And wouldn't you know it, folks, it's good.
He has got 29 points.
Goodness.
There's 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Taylorville's ball off the turnover. Surprised we haven't seen any timeouts called. Feldman going to check in. You'd think IVC might want to talk this one over to stop the bleeding. Bergschneider with it, gets it to S. He's looking to run. Mid-range jumper, not mainly a big part of his game, but Bergschneider secures the rebound. He spins down low. Thought he was fouled, no luck. Tornadoes retain possession as it's swatted out of bounds. Kettlecamp checks in for S. S will grab a breather. Again, he's just got 4 points. Odom gets the inbounds pass. To Bergschneider. Easy two. 31 points for Jace Bergschneider. 60-45. Feldman down low, blocked by Brandon Odom, but a foul called. Bergschneider doesn't like it. That was going to be Odom's second great block in as many games. Man. Did you like the block at 10? Thought it was pretty clean?
I think he got all ball. He might have got a little bit with the body. Taylorville leads by 15 with 1:39 left here in the third, and Jace has got 31 points.
Still a whole other quarter for Jace to do some damage. Feldman misses his free throw.
He's missed a few of them tonight.
They all have. They're not a great free throw shooting team, the Gray Ghosts. Oh for 2. I believe he is now 2 for 6 from the free throw. Odom picks up his dribble, gets it to Nick Livingston across half court. Now over to Bergschneider on the right wing. Back to Odom on the left side. Livingston in the left corner. Odom back up top. Bergschneider in the left corner. He's driving baseline. Leaves it for Will Kettlecamp and trying to save it out of bounds after the steal was Geltmaker. Bergschneider, I don't think that pass was necessarily intended for him. But Feldman rips down the rebound. Here comes Geltmaker. Someone's got to stop ball. Wow, I'll tell you what, great job there by Geltmaker, avoiding the charge. 47-60. Tornadoes have a 13-point lead, and you could hear Coach Brown screaming, one shot, one shot. They're going to hold this for the final minute. Taylorville, I believe, Bruce, still has all 5 of their timeouts, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right, John.
They might have an opportunity to burn one if they want to set something up.
Brown just hadn't had any reason to call any timeouts. I think he'll call timeout now and get Jack Livingston in the game.
And here comes
Probably
Ryan S.
call
as
it
well.
with about 15 seconds left.
And now he does take it.
Oh, with 14. I thought he'd call it with 15, John.
Oh, no, Bruce. No, not quite.
This IVC, they're a quality team, and Taylorville's having their way with them, especially Jace Bergschneider.
Yeah, Jace has 31, and we're not even done with the third quarter. 60-47. The Tornadoes offensively going into this tournament average just shy of 70 points a contest. They're well on their way to that tonight, folks.
And we have not hit a 3 in the third quarter, John. We're 0 out of 4. It makes it 6 out of 20 for the game. But Jace Bergschneider has 6 2-point baskets in the quarter,
and
along with the free throw. 1 free throw. And Jack Livingston hit a couple free throws and also a couple deuces. Bergschneider
with it. He's driving baseline. Finds Nick Livingston wide open 3. It's good. And there's the buzzer.
His first 3 of the night gives him 4 points after scoring 20 in the afternoon game.
63-47, Tornadoes. Lead has ballooned to 16. We got the fourth quarter up next on News Talk. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM, about ready for the fourth quarter to resume. Bruce, we just got word, again, that second tech. We were unsure about Illinois high school basketball rules, but always ask the official to make sure if you can. And yes, Camden Woolard is done for the night. Finished with 16 points, but picked up that technical foul, with about 3 minutes left to go in that third quarter. That's a big miss for the Grey Ghosts.
He's an excellent sophomore player, just showing his immaturity by picking up 2 technicals, one for mouthing in the first half, and then slapped the ball down very hard on the floor and got his second technical. And
that also really goes to show you how, again, it was a double technical, one on Justin Wright and then one on Woolard. I don't know if they said something. We didn't even see anything really malicious between either of the two guys. It almost seemed like the officials just figured, well, we might as well just give one to both of them, try to settle this down. Geltmaker with a mid-range shot. What a pretty-looking jumper. He's got 21. 49-63. His team is down, though. Stolen by Feldman. Ryan S. tries to thread the needle. A little too tight. Micah Schultz with it across half court. Gets it over to Mercer. Feldman down low. He's got 2.
And they won't go away, John. They're back to within 12.
51-63, a quick 4-0 run here for the Grey Ghosts. Bergschneider with it. Up top to Ryan S. That's within his range if he wants to pull that trigger. He's really thinking about it. If they're not going to pick him up. S is only connected on one of his 3-point shots today. Will Kettlecamp on the left corner to Bergschneider. Now S with it. He's picked up by Mercer. S dribbles it off his foot, almost has it stolen, finds Nick Livingston, and then it's taken away by Geltmaker. Geltmaker in trouble now. He draws a double team. He's got to get a pass off. He finds Mercer. Now they got to get it across half court. And Justin Wright had a steal, loses it. Now Bergschneider. S finally picks it up. Timeout called by Coach Brown. There's the first timeout for the Tornadoes.
Good hustle by the Tornadoes on that loose ball, and finally Ryan S. picked it up, and Coach Brown called a timeout.
Hey, well, we got a break. Let's mention the Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. That's coming up at the postgame show. Bruce has that for you. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you, as well as your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the Game. Let's play to put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. And don't forget to ask about custom mouth guards for your athlete's smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. Bruce, I don't want to ruin anything here for you, but I think we got a pretty good guess of who the player of the game so far might be. Play of the game still up in the air, though, a little bit.
I think so, and I think player of the game might be still up in the air, John. There's more to playing a good game and scoring points.
I never said who it was going to be. That's on you right there for letting the cat out of the bag.
No, Jace Bergschneider's played excellent tonight.
Absolutely. 31 points for the junior guard. Ryan S. with it, gets it up top to Brandon Odom. To the left corner to S. Here's Nick Livingston outside. He's just across half court. Finds Ryan S. Ryan S. needs some help as he picks up a double team. Finds Odom in the left corner. Pass to Justin Wright. Bruce has 2 catches today.
Yeah, Brandon passed that one to me.
You see, I would have caught it, but I was just trying to save the equipment. That was my chief concern. But Travis thought it was my catch. I said thanks. Yeah. Geltmaker has his shot blocked by Bergschneider. Frustration setting in for the Gray Ghost. Here comes Bergschneider for 2 and an and-one opportunity. He's got 33. (65-51). Bergschneider will go to the line for one more. No good off the back iron, rebounded by Mercer. Here's Schultz with it now. Freshman Tyler Hudson set to check in for the Gray Ghost. Here's Geltmaker with it, the sophomore guard with 21 points. 3-point shot no good by Mattel. Bergschneider almost had a block. I think he actually did get some of the ball there. But Feldman gets it up for 2 regardless. 53-65. S has to get it across half court. He does, finding Justin Wright in the far corner. Here's Bergschneider on the right wing to Odom. Back to Bergschneider driving. Up for 2. A charge. Woo, that's late. Bergschneider picks up his 3rd foul. All of them have come in the second half. I believe it was Feldman who drew the charge. 3 subs coming in. It's Hudson as well as Elahi. And checking back into the game is Kerwin. So it's Elahi, Kerman, and Hudson, joined out there by Mercer and Feldman for the Gray Ghosts. For your Tornadoes, it's Bergschneider, Ryan S., Justin Wright, Brandon Odom, and Nick Livingston. Bergschneider has 2 more. He's got 35. 53-67. Bergschneider guarding the freshman Hudson. He beats the press by himself. Almost a steal. Shot on the way from Kerwin, and they foul on the 3-point shot. S did get some of the body. Kerwin will go to the free throw line for three attempts. Geltman at the scorer's table ready to check in. Kerwin shoots 64% from the charity stripe. Makes the first. He's got 5. 54-67. 13-point lead for Taylorville. A sarcastic round of applause for Jace Bergschneider cleaning up underneath the Tornadoes bucket. Some moisture had accumulated. 2 more free throws left for Kerwin. It's good. Kerwin now with 6. 55-67, lead back to 12, trying to make it 11. Going 3 for 3, and Kerwin does. He's got 7. (67-56), Tornadoes on top. Here's Odom with it up top. Nick Livingston in the corner. Ryan S. had an open 3, passed it up. Odom will take it, though. Off and to the left. Rebounded by Elahi. He gets it to the freshman Hudson. Again, Tyler Hudson, just 5'7", but he looks comfortable bringing the ball up. Gets it to Geltmaker. Sophomore coming down the lane. Mid-range jumper leaves it short. Rebounded by Feldman. He puts it up for 2. Feldman's looked strong off their bench with 8 points. Who hit that to? Jace? Jace has 37 points. 69-58. Tornadoes up by 11. Feldman with it now. Almost has it stolen. They go down low, up and in for 2. That's Elahi. He's got 3.
And
69-60, lead back down to 9.
IVC won't go away.
Even without Woolard, they're hanging. Right with it in the right corner. Odom up top. They're going to let Odom shoot if he wants it. He's not their shooter. S thought about it. Here's Wright in the right corner. Cross-court pass to Odom. Back to Wright. To S now. Thought about the quick trigger 3. Here's Odom. Livingston tell him to hold it. IVC fans don't like the strategy, but them's the rules. S with it. Trying to work on the freshman Hudson. Needs some help. Gets it to Jace Bergschneider, the best ball handler for the Tornadoes. Feldman backing off. Bergschneider looks like he wants to come down the lane, but Feldman cuts him off. No luck. They'll retreat dribble now. 2:40 left to go. Here comes Kerwin on a double team. Odom with it now, working on Feldman. Wright in the right corner. Had the open 3. They give it to S cross court. Back to Wright on the right wing. Here's Nick Livingston up top now. To Odom on the right side. He's picked up by Feldman. Cutting Livingston. He's got 2.
Great pass by Brandon Odom there.
Lead back up to 11. Geltmaker trying to answer. Has his shot blocked by Odom, but wrapped around by Kerwin off the rebound. He's got 9. 71-62. We've got 2 minutes left in this contest. S gets it across half court by getting it up court to Nick Livingston. They're going to leave Nick Livingston that open for 3. Drives baseline, scoops it up for 2. Nick Livingston got the defense in a lull, 73-62. Nick Livingston has 8 points. Half of them coming in the 4th quarter. Freshman Tyler Hudson gets it to sophomore Geltmaker. He's coming down the lane. Oh, he sold that foul. He'll go to the line for 2. I think Nick Livingston might have picked up his 3rd. And he does. Nick Livingston, 3 fouls. Double bonus the rest of the way. Geltmaker connects on the free throw. His 22nd point of the night.
They haven't missed a beat after losing Woolward, have they, John?
No, not at all. Imagine if he was still in this game. 2 of 2 at the free throw line. 73-64. Whistles blow. I think we got a timeout called. Geltmaker for him. That's his 23rd points. It's going to be a full. We'll keep it here, and we'll mention one more time, Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location is at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they are fully insured and bonded, and that's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They're a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. So, Bruce, it's been as big as 14 here in the 4th quarter. It's been as low as 9, the lead for the Tornadoes. Right now, the lead is sitting at 9. Taylorville does have the ball out of their timeout they've taken. What do you think Coach Brown is saying to his boys in the huddle?
Well, I think they're going to try to, still take a good shot if you get one, but try to hold the ball a little bit. But don't go into a complete stall. I think they want to get the ball in the hand of Jace Bergschneider or Nick Livingston, probably their 2 best ball handlers and free throw shooters. And just get back on defense and force IVC to work the ball around before they get an open shot.
Both teams break the huddle. On the floor for the Tornadoes, it's S who's taking the ball out of bounds. Livingston and Bergschneider standing at the free throw line. Here come Odom and Wright for the outlet passes. Bergschneider has an open 2. Lays it up, no good. A foul called. Odom on the pass was wrapped up. And they put that foul on Jaton. Finian Jaton, his first.
That was a good foul. They had a foul to give. Next foul on IVC. Taylorville will be shooting bonus.
Odom gets in bounds to Justin Wright, and they foul him immediately. Wright's going to go to the free throw line. Schultz picks up the foul. It's his 2nd.
Probably the guy to foul if you're IVC. Make Justin Wright hit 2 free throws at the free throw line for you.
He's 100% this season too, though. 6 of 6 from the charity stripe.
Well, then he's due to miss. If I was.
That is such a negative attitude, Bruce.
No, I'm acting like I'm IVC's coach.
That is a glass half empty kind of mentality. Justin Wright knocks in the first one. I thought he left it short on you. He's got his first point of the ball game. 74-64 the score. Tornadoes on top. Wright spins. Couple dribbles.
And he makes them both. He proved me wrong, John.
Well, there's a first time for everything, Bruce. Here's Schultz with it. He finds it in the corner to Kerwin. 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Geltmaker. He's going to throw it up for 2. Too strong. Rims out, but rebounded by Kerwin and stolen by Brandon Odom. Outlet pass to Nick Livingston. He's got Justin Wright with him. Finds him. Lays it up for 2. And it's good. Justin Wright's got the last 4 points for the Tornadoes. 77-64. This whole fouling thing hasn't really worked out. Odom with the steal. S with it now. Gets it to Nick Livingston. Back to Justin Wright. Leaves it back to Nick Livingston. He gets it up for 2. He's a double figures with 10. 79-64. And these are when the Tornadoes really start having fun, and they just forced a turnover. They'll get the ball back with 52 seconds left to go.
And this victory is going to set up a game tomorrow at noon, John, against Galesburg.
That's right, tomorrow at noon against Galesburg, and then they have the potential to play at 8:30 tomorrow night, I believe, or 7 o'clock.
If they win at noon, they'll play at 8:30, and I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't play IVC again, because it looks like Taylorville and IVC are the 2 best teams in the tournament.
Bergsteiner leaves the layup short, probably his only miscue of the night offensively. He's going to end his game with possibly 37 points. Nick Livingston with it. There's going to kill the clock. Get over to Ryan S. Now Jack with it on the right wing. Back to Ryan S. on the left side. And they're just going to run this one down. 30 seconds till the Tornadoes win is official. They've got a 15-point lead. IVC had it down to 9. And then the Tornadoes, I guess, just had enough of it. Odom found a cutting Jack Livingston. And I don't think Jack was really ready for the pass. Jack was just running to run. But Odom threading the needle as he's used to doing on Saturday or on Friday nights. Final buzzer, 79-64, your final score. Tornadoes pick up the victory against 79-64. Tornadoes win. We got the postgame show coming up next on News Talk. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Let's check out a scoring recap in our game today. 79-64, Tornadoes with a 15-point win over the IVC Grey Ghost. 2-0 early for IVC, and then the Tornadoes started a barrage of threes. They hit 4 of their first 6. That was all 12 of their opening points. They would end up doubling up the Grey Ghost 12-6 at one point in the first quarter. Kind of back and forth, 8-12, 10-12, 10-14. Tornadoes have a lead, 14-14. Grey Ghost tie it up, 15-14. They take the lead, and then a late layup by the Tornadoes gave them the lead, 16-15 at the break. A quick 2-point bucket in the second quarter made it 17-16, giving the lead back to the IVC Grey Ghost. And then a 14-0 run for about the next 6 minutes, or I'm sorry, about the next 5 minutes rather. A 14-0 run made it 31-17. Tornadoes with the lead, and they would take a 12-point lead into the break, 40-28. Actually grew their lead in the third quarter, and a lot of it thanks in large part to Jack Livingston. He had 6 of his 18 in the third quarter, and Jace Bergschneider as well. Now let's see, he had 13 points in that third quarter. 63-47, Tornadoes with the lead at the end of 3. And then kind of just a little bit of a lull there in the fourth quarter, just kind of almost taking a knee like you would on Sundays, just letting the clock run out. 79-64, your final score. Nothing really special happening in the fourth. We will say one major moment that probably changed the game was when Camden Woolard picked up his second technical with about 3 minutes left to go in that third quarter. And give credit to IVC. They really responded, Bruce, when their second leading scorer, their sophomore Camden Woolard, had to leave the game.
That's when Hope Beltmaker really stepped up his game and scored. Like, I think I had him for 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, yes. He finished his night, I believe, with 23, if I'm not mistaken. He did finish it with 23.
And that was a sophomore scoring 23, plus the other sophomore starter got 16. So
yeah, and imagine if he hadn't been kicked out and had to sit out the final 11 minutes of game time. He could have been up there, maybe not quite where Jace was with the 37, but a decent amount of scoring. Go ahead.
Jace really played well underneath. Got the ball in the middle numerous times and took the ball to the hole and finished very well.
Hey, we're going to have your first half, or rather your whole game scoring stats when we get back here on News Talk WTIM as well. We're hoping to be joined by head coach Ryan Brown of the Taylorville Tornadoes. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Let's check out those scoring stats. First for your Tornadoes. Again, they ended the contest with 79 points tonight, led by Jace Bergschneider with his 37 points. 37 points for Jace this evening, and really did it in classic Jace fashion. Getting to the bucket, finishing around the rim, second chance points, grabbing some rebounds, getting to the free throw line as well. 37 for Jace. Nick Livingston had 10 to get into double figures, and 6 of those came in the fourth quarter. Jack Livingston had 18. Most of his points, the 6 that he had in the third quarter, really made a difference in that run. Ryan S. had 4, and Will Kettlecamp had 2. That's the scoring for your starters. Now looking at the bench, 2 points for Tyler Heimsness and 4 points for Justin Wright. You put it all together, you should get 79 for the Tornadoes. But again, Jace Bergschneider, 37 points for the junior guard for the Taylorville Tornadoes. Now for the IVC Gray Ghosts, they were led by their sophomore guard, Holt Geltmaker. He had 23. He averages 20 a game. Camden Woolard, he had 16. He averages just shy of 13 points a contest. And he would have had more than those 16, folks, if he did not have to sit for the final 11 minutes. Again, he picked up a second technical foul. Out of frustration, the ball bounced off the ground, came out about chest high to him, and he smacked it with a fist and punched it towards the scorer's table. Just obviously let the frustration get the better of him. He ended his night with 16 points. Ben Kerwin added 9 to his own credit. Nick Elahi had 3, as well as Hunter Mattel had 3. Those are your starters for the Gray Ghosts. Off the bench, they had 1 point from Logan Mercer, and they had 8 points from Peyton Feldman, and 6 of those came in the fourth quarter. Put that all together, you should get 64. Head coach Ryan Brown making his way to us, the head coach of the Taylorville Tornadoes. We'll have him with us on the News Talk WTIM postgame show. Coach, congratulations on the win. You guys get Galesburg, I believe, at noon tomorrow. But let's talk about this game first. Jace Bergschneider, my goodness. I mean, 40 points on the day, 3 of them coming in the first game, 37 here tonight.
Well, he averaged 20 today, so all in all, not bad. Yeah, I obviously made up for some bunnies that he missed earlier in the day. He did good. We made some adjustments, put him in the middle of the zone. He was able to get a lot of touches. The guys were doing a fantastic job. So many of those, but they weren't just transition, they were assisted buckets, so we love those.
We saw a double technical called again today. Justin Wright picking it up, as well as Camden Woolard, and he would go on to pick up a second and have to sit for the final 11 minutes, as we've been talking about. But what is it with your team and how well you guys respond to when those technicals are called? It seems like it really just gets everybody on the edge of their seats and lights a fire.
I think it's just having seniors out there, a little bit of leadership, understanding how to behave, and react in the proper way instead of going and making the situation worse, so that's good. Our guys, so you got to adjust to a tight officiating crew that's not going to put up with anything. I think our guys did. I mean, Justin got a technical for shaking his head. That's it. Didn't say anything. Wow. So, we've got to learn from that, and I think we did, and we picked it up a little bit faster than what IVC did, and it made a huge difference in the game, removing their second best player.
Yeah, IVC, I know there's a chance you guys can meet them in the championship. I believe they will play Sterling at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. You guys again play Galesburg tomorrow at noon. What do we learn about IVC going forward? If we do match up in the championship game, what are some things you guys really feel like you'll be able to exploit?
Against Galesburg?
No, I'm sorry, against IVC if there is a rematch in the championship.
I don't know.
Again, talking about tonight's game.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's I thought we played pretty well tonight, offensively, especially defensively. It was not very good at times. You got to give some credit to Holt Geltmacher, who was a fantastic scorer for them. They shot from the outside pretty good this game. That was their best perimeter shooting game that they had. So, you know, we would have to adjust that if we play them. But Galesburg is a fantastic basketball team, and you know, we've got to make sure we're focused on tip-off. But also, you know, like I told the guys, you know, that tasted really bad when Sterling hoisted the trophy after the championship game last year. So, you know, we know what our goal is, but we are focused on Galesburg now.
Yes, I hope we can get by Galesburg, but I'd like to play Sterling tomorrow night in the championship.
I don't want to play IVC again.
No.
Yeah.
We'll play Sterling, and then we can see if we really got the better coach out of the deal, because I know you used to coach at Sterling also.
I taught V everything I know. He was my assistant for 3. Come on now.
Well, you bested Mount Zion again and beat them pretty handily, so I think Mount Zion's probably wishing they still had you as coach.
Well, thanks for making up there. Again, I'll send you $100.
I know Taylorville's very happy to have you here, Coach.
We love it here, Bruce. You know that.
I know. You really fit well into the community.
Thank you.
Coach. And the team played well again tonight.
We can really score it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Jace is unreal, finishing at the hole. And then Jack and Nick both very good three-point shooters.
Yeah, Jack was fantastic in the first half. I mean, I didn't play him much in the second half because we had such a hard time bottling up 24. I think that if the game is closer, if it gets down to, you know, 2 possessions or we're down. Right. Jack plays a lot more in the second half. Right. We had to go with Justin. Best defender. He had to be out there at all times. We weren't winning 50-50 balls. Justin, that's his job.
We kept scoring, but they kept right in there. We couldn't get a bigger lead than like 14, and they cut it back to 9 and have a chance to get back to within 5 or 6.
How much better are they over the last 365 days?
Correct.
I mean, that's a team that's getting better.
Be next year also.
Just a load. Best players a sophomore? Wow.
Probably talk to the athletic director, maybe not schedule them next year.
Yeah, going to remove that invite for next year.
Correct.
No, they're good, man. They're going to be very good the rest of the season, and next year they're going to be fantastic.
I know you didn't see Jace's uncle play, but I played against him back in the 70s, and Jace's uncle was a very good player too.
Yeah.
His mom's brother, Johnny Fall.
Yeah.
I still don't think that's a real name.
I
questioned him on. I thought he was going to try to make a joke about me tripping walking. He
refereed for about 40 years, so you probably ran into him.
Yes, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
See, John, I didn't make up that name.
I believe you. I'll take Coach Brown's word.
His dad was a nice player too, I've been told. Yeah, as well. Quick like Jace.
Right. Very quick. 1,000-point score at Morrisonville, I believe.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
All right.
Coach Brown, kind of to join us on the News Talk.
Okay, guys.
WTI.
Thank you.
Show. We'll probably get our call letters right. Again, always appreciate hearing from Coach Brown. Hey, we got Bruce's player and play of the game coming up next on News Talk. Good evening, John Bowen back here with you one final time on News Talk WTIM. We've got Bruce's player and play of the game to get to. Hey, it's Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. It's your Doug McKinney financial agent player of the game. Bruce, I think this one might be a pretty obvious one, but who are we going with tonight?
The player of the game's got to be Jace Bergschneider, 37 points. That's the most points by a Taylorville player in quite a few years, I believe, John. I know the school record's held by Adam Stork at 45, so I wouldn't be surprised if Jace doesn't challenge that before this year or next year's over.
He was on his way. Again, 37 points, 13 of them coming in the third quarter. As well, he's consistent. He had 13 in the second quarter, 13 in the third quarter, 26 combined. Again, that's your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Now taking a look at the Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the Game. It's the play to put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Don't forget to ask Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CI Smiles for custom mouth guards for your athlete.
Well,
Bruce, what's your big smile?
This is going to be a little unusual, but the biggest smile on my face is when Camden Woolard drew his second technical foul and was ejected from the game. It was still, I think it was a 7-point game at the time, and IVC stayed with it, but at the end, Taylorville pulled away, and it might have been a little different if Camden Woolard, the young sophomore, showed his immaturity in getting the second technical, but that put the biggest smile on my face and also on a lot of the fans, John.
Again, yeah, that's really going to be a learning experience for that young sophomore. Their two best players, Holt Geltmaker as well as Camden Woolard, both sophomores. They combined for 39 points. Jace Bergschneider nearly took those two on by himself. What a game for Jace. Hey, one more time, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross, where they're fully insured and bonded. Don't forget to ask them for their professional quality craftsmanship. Again, that's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. That's a wrap on the News Talk WTIM postgame show. I'm John Bowen for Bruce Berry signing off. Galesburg tomorrow at noon for the Tornadoes. You'll hear that game here on News Talk WTIM.